Hello everyone, welcome to the ISB PGP Application Insight series, where we will be looking into the ISB application process for the 2025 intake in more detail, section by section. So let's get started with the ISB application process for this year. The eligibility for the ISB PGP program is somewhat similar to what it has been like previously. The only difference is that the early entry option applicants will not be able to apply through this same particular portal as of now. There will be more updates released about the early entry option very soon, and we are awaiting those as well from the school. As far as your eligibility is concerned, you need to have an undergraduate degree, a bachelor's degree, or a CA or a CS or an equivalent qualification to apply to the ISB PGP program. Your work experience must at least be 2 years till 31st of March 2025. You have to submit a GMAT or a GRE score ISB application process. So this is on the ISB PGP eligibility for the current application cycle. Going forward, what are the deadlines like? If you're planning your GMAT or GRE attempts as well as retakes, you can keep these tentative deadlines in mind. The first round is very clear. It is due on 15th of September 2024. Apart from that, you have the remaining deadlines for round 2 in November 24 and round 3 in January 25. So the exact deadlines will be available as and when announced by the school. What is the ISB admission process like? So the ISB admission process will evaluate the following things. It will evaluate your education, your test scores, your GMAT or GRE scores. It will also evaluate or take into account your work experience, your awards and achievements. It will also take into the ISB admission process will also look at your essays, your recommendation letter, and your IS performance in the ISB interview. So all of these collectively become a part of your profile when you are looking at an evaluation when you are being considered for the ISB application process. Let's come to the ISB application process section by section. So the sections that you are supposed to fill in the application form will require you to put in your personal details, then education details, then you have to input your awards and recognitions, you add your professional experience, you add other courses that you have taken up, you add your essays, your the details of your recommender for the recommendation letter, and the test scores, if applicable, the language proficiency test scores as well. So this is by far minus the uploads that you have to submit to the application process. These are the sections that you will have to fill in the ISB admission form. So the section that we are taking up today is the education section. So when you come to the ISB education section, there are some things which are new. If you are a re-applicant, you'll notice them. There is a mandatory requirement of adding at least one bachelor's or integrated or your professional degree in the education section. If the name of your institution is not listed in the drop down for the education section where you are adding your bachelor's degree, please raise a service request. This option is available from within the application form this time. You don't need to write a separate email. You will get a response from within the application portal. So check out the service request area and you can raise the request giving them the details of your institution, which will be added by the ISB admissions team. If you have any study abroad or exchange programs, or if you have been a part of any study abroad or exchange programs, you do not need to add them separately in the education section. That will automatically be a part of your transcripts when you are submitting your bachelor's or your relevant education details. If you have changed your colleges, let's say you were studying up till your first year or second year in an X institution, and then you went through the credit transfer system to another institution, at that point in time, just list the final institution that you have studied from, where you have graduated from, which has issued you the degree in the education section. If there are multiple institutions involved, just add the final institution which has given you that degree in the education section. If your documents are not in English, please get them translated and add the translated documents to the PDF that you will be submitting along with the education details proof. If you have pursued any other courses which are not a bachelor's or a master's course, in that case, you can take it to the other courses section. Make sure that when you are adding your education details, you're not adding any overlapping information. So, there should be a very clear demarcation of the full-time period and the part-time period. So there should not be any overlapping time period when you are adding the education details in the ISB application as a part of the ISB application process this year. For people who have 2 undergraduate degrees, you can only add 1 undergraduate degree in the education section. and take the other undergraduate degree that you have completed to the other courses section. So only add one degree for a particular period in the education section. If you have done multiple degrees, then please take the other one to the other courses section. The other courses section is the place to put in all your additional qualifications, any other certifications that you have done, which are not your bachelor's, master's, or your integrated or your professional degrees, which are the main degrees that you want to submit to the ISB application process. So you can take all the other educational activities that you have been a part of to the other courses section. If you are a chartered accountant, then what is applicable to you? This is a special case for the education section as well as the professional section. So the chartered accountants, they usually have a 3 years mandatory articleship period. So that articleship period will actually be entered as a part-time education, and you can enter it in your professional experience under the full-time experience. However, this will not be counted in the calculation of your eligibility for the work experience for the application process. In case you are someone from the medical education background, there are also very clear guidelines are available. So you can add the 1 year internship period that you have, that can be added as full-time work experience, and in the education section that can be added as a part-time education. So these are the considerations for the education section for the ISB application process. In case, feel free to get in touch with us in case you need any assistance with the application, ISB application, or your essays or the ISB interview. And we'll be coming up with more detailed discussions on individual application sections for the ISB admission process for the 2025 intake. All the best. Please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel for more updates.